video we're presenting today will examine the stories of some of the most ruthless and corrupt police officers who face life sentences due to their horrendous crimes. Wayne Couzens. This is Wayne Couzens, a 48-year-old police officer from the Metropolitan Police. His crime shook the entire United Kingdom, leaving people talking about it even to this day. It all happened on a fateful evening, March 3, 2021. A 33-year-old woman named Sarah Everard, who worked in marketing, was on her way home from a friend's place near Clapham Common in South London. Despite being off-duty, Couzens approached her as a police officer and did something unthinkable. He took her forcefully, locked her in his car, and drove her to a pond close to Dover. There, he assaulted her and ended her life. Derek Stafford. In a heartbreaking incident on November 3, 2015, Derek Stafford, a former deputy marshal who was 33 years old, became involved in a crime that shocked the whole community. This incident occurred during a routine traffic stop, resulting in the unfortunate death of 6-year-old Jeremy Mardis. The incident unfolded as Jeremy's father, Chris Few, was behind the vehicle's wheel. Stafford and a colleague initiated a pursuit of Chris Few after he failed to stop his vehicle as signaled by the officers. During the subsequent trial, Derek Stafford expressed his regret and apologized to Chris Few. He stated that had he been aware of the presence of a child in the vehicle, he would not have discharged his weapon. Despite his apology, Stafford was found guilty of charges related to manslaughter and attempted manslaughter. Ultimately, on March 31, 2017, Derek Stafford received a 40-year sentence due to the court's decision. David Carrick. Hailing from Wiltshire, England, David Carrick had a brief stint in the British Army before transitioning into a police officer role in 2001. He also held a position in the Armed Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection Team. In 2002, the Metropolitan Police started receiving reports of domestic abuse involving him. Astonishingly, despite these complaints, he was recertified as an armed police officer in 2017. His reputation among colleagues even earned him the nickname Bastard Dave, highlighting his harsh demeanor. Exploiting his status as an armed officer, he established relationships with women only to subject them to abusive treatment. The abuse ranged from physical assaults, including distressing acts like the use of belts, confinement, to name a few. Carrick initially pleaded not guilty to the multitude of charges against him as his trial commenced. However, his staff shifted in December 2022 when he changed his plea to guilty on a staggering 49 charges. Eventually, he was found guilty and handed 36 life sentences, mandating a minimum of 30 years and 239 days behind bars. Joseph Midzianowski. Joseph Midzianowski, a Chicago police officer, held a reputation as the city's most corrupt cop. Across his 22-year career, Midzianowski colluded with gang members to orchestrate a cocaine sales operation. His in-depth knowledge of the gang landscape and street informants allowed him to extort drug dealers and engage in the drug trade. Remarkably, Midzianowski amassed nearly 60 commendations for his courage and made headlines with high-profile arrests, earning accolades for his apparent efforts to combat drug and weapon-related gangs. In 2001, the consequences of Midzianowski's criminal actions finally caught up with him. He was apprehended and brought to trial, and his family witnessed the courtroom proceedings. The judge emphasized that he had violated society's trust by trafficking drugs and empowering street gang members involved in his distribution of crack cocaine. Brian Nettles, the lead prosecutor in the case, portrayed Midzianowski as a rogue officer who had betrayed the genuine heroes in law enforcement. Ultimately, Midzianowski was found guilty of drug conspiracy and racketeering. He was subsequently sentenced to life imprisonment. Thanks for watching, and if you're curious to see more videos like this, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned.